So today, of course, we have to talk about the Titan matchup that happened yesterday in the Game Changers LAN, which was Cloud9 White versus G2 Gozen. An absolute banger of a game, and it was made even better by the fact that G2 picked Yoru on Pearl and actually looked pretty damn good. So let's take a look at some of these Yoru highlights. I know a lot of you will enjoy some Yoru highlights and Yoru looking good. And, you know, when they first picked this comp here, G2, a Chamber, Fade, Yoru, Sage, and Astra, you know, a big question that the desk had at the time, and I think a lot of people had is, oh, I don't know about this, right? Yoru with, like, no breach, or, you know, not too much that can really, you know, help support that Yoru when, you know, that Yoru teleports in or whatnot. You know, it seemed a bit uncertain, but G2 managed to find ways to make it work. So let's take a look, and we'll start off here with the very first round, the pistol round. They're on the attacking side, and you can see that the rest of the team here is going up and grouping towards A. Now, actually, Cloud9 White look like they want to fight mid here early, but we got our Yoru just here, and Juliana on the Yoru is going to send out a gate crash lineup from back here in spawn. And you're going to watch this thing travel as the rest of the team start to push up. They put a Fade Horn here. They clear this early A main space. Juliana comes and runs back to her team. You can see that C9 White are kind of looking for a fight here in mid, but in come the side of G2. They're going to come into the site, but I'm just going to tell you now, this gate crash is going to land in this back corner just there eventually. And what's going to happen then is, you know, they get the site for free pretty much, right? The Sage will up, they're going to plant. Cloud9 White are going to play for a big 5v5 retake, but what's going to happen is now that they've got the site and the spike's going down, Giuliano is now going to teleport to the other side of the map, whilst obviously Cloud9 White are rotating across, and so now you've just got someone very deep in enemy territory where you do not expect them to be at all, and it's going to go pretty well, because what's going to happen now is the spike goes down, there's Giuliano just on the other side of the map, and now obviously the idea for G2 is just to hold their ground, right, and just basically wait, because Giuliano has a free kill, and then if Giuliano stays alive, she's a problem. So Mary's position here maybe is a little aggressive. As I said, they basically just want to kind of stall because they essentially have a free kill here, so maybe a little aggressive, but there are, you know, Petra's right behind us, so I can understand maybe, but Petra eventually disappears. You can see just maybe a little lack in communication where Petra is coming back to hide away, whereas Mary's staying, so maybe a little mistake there, but it doesn't matter, honestly, because the rest of the team is going to manage to hold out, and Giuliano manages to get the first free kill, and now, obviously, Cloud9 have a big problem where, you know, essentially these players are getting pinched on, and you know, they're in a lot of trouble. And then what's going to happen is it does get pretty close here, right? We get Katsumi there running through the smoke. We actually end up in a 3v4, but Glance is going to go very big, get that kill there. Nice Fade Horn as well from Petra, and they managed to figure it out. And we see instantly that the Yoru was making a pretty big difference. Now let's come to round number 5, which was perhaps the coolest round of them all, because what happens here is G2 have both the Fade and Yoru ult. They're 3-1 up. It's a full buy round for both sides. Very important round, I think, in this game. And they're going to do something very cool because, again, we're going to get the same Yoru lineup that we saw in the pistol round. But here comes Petra, right? Sends out a Fade Prowler just there. In come the Astra Stars to smoke off A. It looks like, oh, this looks like an A hit, right? Petra's there. And now you've also got the ulted Yoru and Giuliano running around there. You know, coming in, oh, we've got an ulted Yoru, and obviously these players know that the Yoru is somewhat close, right? You've got the Astra smokes coming in, you know the Fade is there as well. Looks like an A hit. In comes that flash. Actually, Juliana does get out of it. I actually thought, you know, she was going to TP first before getting out of it, but no, she actually takes maybe a bit of a risk here, right? Because there could have been someone potentially coming in and going across, but then in comes a Fatal as well. And then, as we see, Giuliano has TP'd across to the other side of the map. And now it's a free B site. Again, there's 4 players from C9 White who are just on this A site. And they get another free site to plant on. And they're going to play a very nice post plant. This wall up here in mid as well. Very strong, right? And it's just a free site. And this is just such a good situation to be in. Where the spike is down, you've got this nice Sage wall here. You've got a smoke up for heaven as well. Just a really strong position, and now also Petra can come and be the lurker in mid as well. Just really good. And to be honest, I think what was really impressive with G2 is how they played these post plants. We're going to see it in some of these rounds. We saw it in the pistol round. You're going to see it in this one as well, that they were just very disciplined, very good, I thought, in these situations, you know, in terms of understanding and, you know, trading each other, and you know, examples like this, Petra finding a very good timing for Mel, right? And just really good overall, right? They end up in this 4v2. Petra knows that she's kind of, you know, got a free one again, right? She's not going to be where the main focus is. You know, Petra then comes out when the Sage Wall destroys, and they are going to end up winning this round again. And I thought they were very, very good in these post-plan scenarios, and they were very good at getting into them with the Yoru and with all the fakes that they were doing. And now let's come to round number 8, and one thing I was definitely interested in as well, and we're going to see more Fade and Yoru magic here, as you will see, but this was like a common setup for G2, where they were very, 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 you know, sort of passive, you might say. I mean, there's literally no one watching mid in this round, right? They got 3 people watching A main, they got 2 people watching B main, and no one's watching mid at all, right? And this is kind of, you know, something that they did fairly often, right? And I thought this was very interesting because this space here, you know, is a space that the attackers, you know, kind of get for free a lot of the time. Maybe not all of the time, but a lot of the time, you know, the attackers will have this space for free. So it's almost like they were abusing that fact, right? And just really focusing on this area here and this area here, and basically saying, you know, we're going to try and own all 3 of these areas, push you really far back. And then, you know, from there we can do what we want pretty much. And so I thought that was quite interesting. So you see there's 3 people holding for a push here. They actually send in a Fade Prowler just here on B. They see that, you know, people are pretty pushed up, you know, and then they shoot that. And then the Yoru clone comes out and they shoot that as well. So, okay, they know, yeah, there's an Astro Smoke here as well. They're getting pretty aggressive. So they decide if they're being aggressive here, they're probably less aggressive there. But the reason for that is, of course, that they have the Chamber Ult here with Mel. And obviously, don't expect it, and Mary dies just there. So the chamber, this is actually a save with just a chamber ult, so obviously the chamber is the main threat, and actually C9 have stacked a B and then just left Mel here all alone on A. They Prowler out just there. Actually, the same Yoru TP does come across here. I think it gets destroyed that time from G2. I don't think Juliana was going to go for it this time though. To be honest, but then she sends in a different Yoru lineup here. You can see it just whiz across the screen there, and then we're going to get the Fatal. And obviously the thing is, Mel gets caught by the Fatal, and of course Mel now can't hear, so she can't hear when Juliano comes TPing in there and runs straight into her, and again a free kill, and then again you've got the sight, and you've dealt with the biggest threat in the round. And again, it was just another beautiful use of the Yoru plus Fade, and they make it work. And now, you know, Juliano's going to go hunting for those eco kills as well. And again, I thought that, you know, their post plants here are pretty solid, where Juliano's going to get that kill. She will eventually die here, but then they're just all ready, all waiting, and against a save, they're going to make light work here of C9 White, and it was just really, really well done. Again, we see another good combo from G2 coming out, and they win the round pretty convincingly and go up 7-1. So we kind of saw it in that last round just there, but basically C9 White, what they decided to do is they decided to get a bit more aggressive on B. That was kind of one of the ways that they wanted to counter what G2 were doing, where, you know, they've got a 3-stack here, you know, and they're going to try and fight this a bit more, right? They've got this Astro Star here again, and, you know, they're just going to try and, right, really stop you from getting much pushed up. But again, they're going to deal with the problem where you can see, again, look, we got aggression up in here. We're trying to really stop them. Neon Stun comes out. But then a Yoru ult comes out, and now you can't stop them, right? And so they just have to run away, because otherwise they're just going to get pinched from 2 sides, and they're going to get flashed, and it's not going to be good. So Juliana comes down, and it just completely opens up this B site, and they get very, very deep. And Juliana sends in the fake Yoru, and then actually manages to get a kill from it. Almost gets to come out, but Bob does manage to get the trade. But then again, I thought this was just really, really good by G2. Look at where the rest of the team is already. You know, Mary's already down here, you know, helping support Giuliano, and manages to get a kill off the back of all the distraction that Giuliano has caused. Now we're in a 4v3, and again, they're just going to play this situation really well. You know, even though Mimi does get caught out by Bob's kind of really good, weird position there, you know, they've managed to get 2 people into elbow. They're going to fight as a team. They got Glance all the way back there. They managed to pick off Bob. And then this 2v2, they're going to, again, just play it really, really well, right? They come and create a crossfire between the 2 of them. Petra's just going to, you know, check that no one's coming behind her. But look, you get one being the distraction, right? Oh, hello, look at me. I'm over here. Duck behind the wall. Petra comes and gets the kill. You know, just really, really well played. Now you're in a 2v1. Petra just spams the utility here at Mel, right? Good luck with that, and they get the kill. Just really, really well played in that 2v2. Create that crossfire. Someone, you know, oh, look at me, hello, look at me. Turn that way, kill from the other side, and then a 2v1. Play it really well. Spam your utility at them. Get that final kill as well. They were just playing really, really well. And again, we saw the Yoru being useful, right? That it was just a simple counter to what C9 were trying to do at the start of that round. You know, oh, we want to be aggressive on B. Oh no, you're not. Yoru ult. See you later. And then let's finish off with round number 13, because they also had some ideas here for the pistol round as well. This one isn't actually going to work, but it just showed that they had those ideas in tow, because what's going to happen here is you're going to get both the chamber and Yoru set up in this corner. And it's funny because I would basically say there's only 2 agents that can actually play in this corner, and they're chamber and Yoru. And so they set them up both there, right? One is a bait, and then hoping that Juliano on the Yoru can get the kill. So Mary TP's away, right? And now C9, you know, they're like, oh, the chamber TP'd away. So no one's there. But Juliana was there. Unfortunately, she missed the shot and has to TP away. But again, just I thought a really, really cool idea overall. Really nice little bait and switch setup. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, and they actually do lose Mary as well. So they're in a 5v4. But again, G2 were just playing really, really well. They wait for each other to, you know, kind of come and do this retake all together. And it's going to just, they're going to manage to win it. It gets a bit chaotic this round, as you will see, but there goes the Fade Horn just there. They're going to Prowler in towards Elbow just there, as you see. Astrasuck, in comes all of the utility now, and even though they're going to a 5v3, Great Sage Roll comes in, and now Chaos ensues. Juliano gets one, they get one there. Glance is coming from a different angle as well, and I just thought that they just did this so well, right? You've got one kill here, then you've got a kill here, then, you know, obviously the focus is going towards the spike, then Glance is coming around, and she's going to get the kills there. Just really, really good. They just, you know, all come, wait for each other. The timing is all good of everything. I mean, look at that. And yeah, this is just the Sage Wall is up from this point as well. You know, Bob thinks that, you know, maybe I can tap that, but there's a Sage Wall there the whole time. And so G2 managed to win the round pretty convincingly just there, and they went on to absolutely dominate this game. And the Yoru helped. You know, I know people will say, oh, they probably would have won this game without the Yoru, whatever, they were playing better. True, perhaps true. But I think that Yoru definitely added an extra element of just, you know, C9 didn't know what to do, right? It's something that they never will have seen before, and they just didn't know what to do against it, right? They just didn't have the answers on that day. And yeah, G2 go on. They won this game, and the Yoru looked genuinely pretty good.